you ever wondered why most people don't live much longer after 80? It often comes down to 4 surprising reasons. Reaching 80 is a milestone, but staying healthy beyond that takes more than luck. It takes awareness. That's because there are 4 subtle but powerful forces that quietly chip away at the body as we age. Most people don't talk about them until they've already caused real damage. And many don't even realize how much these silent issues are draining their energy, memory, as well-being, until it's too late. In this video, we're going to reveal the 4 real reasons why many people struggle to thrive after 80. These aren't just ideas. They're backed by decades of medical studies and real-life experiences. And once you understand them, you'll see this isn't about chasing eternal youth. It's about holding on to your strength, independence, and peace of mind for as long as possible. Stick around until the end, because the 4th reason might just surprise you the most. Let's dive in. Reason 1. Silent inflammation that speeds up aging. One of the biggest dangers to your health after 80 isn't something you catch. It begins quietly inside. Doctors call it inflammation, a slow chronic form of inflammation that affects your cells, tissues, and organs, often without causing any pain at first. But over time, it wears your body down from the inside out. This isn't like the swelling from a sprained ankle. It's internal. It builds over years of stress, eating too many processed foods, poor sleep, not moving enough, and exposure to environmental toxins. It may feel invisible at first, but it reaches everything. Your heart, your brain, your joints, even your immune system. Take George, 82. He didn't drink or smoke. He walked every day, but he often felt tired, stiff, and mentally foggy, despite having normal test results. A specialist eventually found high levels of inflammation markers in his system. No major disease, just slow, quiet inflammation that had been there for years. As we get older, the body's ability to handle inflammation weakens. Things you could shrug off in your 50s or 60s, like junk food or poor sleep, take a bigger toll in your 80s. Inflammation raises the risk of heart disease, dementia, and frailty. And most people have no idea it's even happening. But here's the good news. Some of the best ways to fight inflammation are simple and free. Eating more whole foods, walking daily, sleeping better. These small habits can cool the fire from within. And with less inflammation, your body stands a better chance of staying strong well past 80. Reason 2. Muscle loss that leads to weakness and falls. After 60, your body begins losing muscle gradually each year. After 80, that muscle loss speeds up and it becomes more dangerous. This condition is called sarcopenia. At first, it's barely noticeable. Maybe jars are harder to open. Standing up takes more effort. Stairs seem just a little steeper. But muscle isn't just for lifting or looking strong. It helps with balance. It protects your joints. It regulates your blood sugar and keeps your metabolism going. Once muscle starts fading, the risk of falling, breaking bones, and losing independence rises sharply. Take Frank, 84. Sharp-minded and cheerful, he lived alone. But one afternoon, he tripped on a rug and broke his hip. He always thought he was steady. But that fall revealed just how much strength he'd lost without noticing. The kind of strength he once took for granted. Muscle loss becomes especially dangerous after 80 because one fall can lead to weeks in bed. And weeks in bed cause more muscle loss. Then come the walkers. The loss of independence. The slow shrinking of a once active life. But it doesn't have to be that way. Muscle loss can be slowed and even reversed. Walking regularly helps. Light weights or resistance bands a few times a week can make a big difference. Eating enough protein. Gentle stretching. These actions might seem small, but done consistently, they protect your strength. You don't need to become a bodybuilder. You just need to stay strong enough to do what matters. Carry groceries, tend the garden, or simply get out of bed without help. After 80, muscle becomes your silent protector, and may be the key to living not just longer, but better. If you're still with us and getting value from this video, drop a in the comments so I know you're here. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and turn on the bell. That helps us keep bringing you content that informs and uplifts. Reason 3. Poor sleep that drains the body and mind. As we age, sleep tends to change, but not always in a good way. Many older adults find it harder to fall asleep, stay asleep, or get deep, restorative rest. And after 80, poor sleep shows up more clearly in both body and mind. You might notice small signs at first: daytime fatigue, forgetfulness, more irritability. But these are just surface symptoms. Deep down, your body isn't repairing itself the way it should. The brain isn't clearing out toxins. The immune system isn't resetting. And the effects add up fast. Let's look at Alice, 86. She thought waking up 3 or 4 times a night was just part of getting older. But over time, her memory started slipping. Her energy dropped. She got sick more often. Her doctor explained that sleep isn't just about rest. It's when your body heals and rebuilds. Once she improved her sleep habits, her energy and focus began to return. Many believe poor sleep is something they just have to accept after a certain age. But that's not true. There are simple, effective ways to improve it. Going to bed and waking up at the same time each day, cutting back on caffeine or alcohol, getting natural sunlight in the morning, keeping the bedroom cool and quiet. Even light movement during the day can help you sleep better at night. After 80, sleep becomes just as important as food or exercise. It affects your focus, balance, immune health, and energy to enjoy life. It's not about sleeping more, it's about sleeping better. And making that a priority can change everything. Reason 4. Loneliness and the loss of purpose. There's a quiet danger that affects more people who are 80 than you might think. It's not a disease. It's loneliness. And it doesn't just hurt emotionally. It impacts physical health too. Research shows that social isolation and a loss of purpose can shorten life expectancy, even more than some chronic illnesses. As people age, their world often gets smaller. Friends pass away. Children move. Physical limits make it harder to socialize. And little by little, many older adults find themselves spending more and more time alone. Take Bill, 88. His wife passed away 5 years ago. His kids live far away. He keeps his home tidy, watches TV, cooks his meals. But he says some days go by without a single conversation. What he misses isn't noise or activity. It's feeling needed, feeling like someone cares that he's here. The human heart needs connection. After 80, when many social roles have faded, caregiving, work, community involvement, what people often lose isn't just interaction, it's identity. That sense of, why should I get up today, can feel heavier than it sounds. And over time, it affects brain chemistry, immunity, and the will to stay active. But purpose doesn't have to be something big. It can be watering the plants, feeding the birds, calling a friend each morning, writing notes to grandkids. The smallest acts can bring rhythm, meaning, and joy. And reaching out, even when it feels hard, can bring light to both sides. Solitude can be peaceful, but when someone feels invisible or forgotten, the body feels it. So if you're over 80 or know someone who is, ask this simple question: what gives you purpose today? Then protect that purpose. Because in many ways, it's as vital as any medicine. Still watching? Comment 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button and turn on notifications. We'd love to have you as part of our growing community. Final thoughts. If you're still with us, take a quiet moment, not to worry, but to reflect. Living beyond 80 is a gift, but many people don't arrive there in good shape. Not because they didn't care, but because they didn't know what was quietly working against them. Inflammation, muscle loss, poor sleep, emotional isolation. These forces don't strike suddenly, they sneak in over time. But knowing about them changes everything. That's why we made this video. Not to frighten you, but to give you the power to respond. Because small, steady changes still matter. The steps you take this week, this month, this year can shape how you think, move, and feel in your 80s and beyond. So what stood out to you the most? Was it how inflammation can build unnoticed? how quickly muscle disappears without movement, the true role of sleep, or the quiet impact of feeling disconnected. Whatever it was, don't just let this be information. Let it be a turning point. A decision to keep showing up for your body, your mind, and your purpose. Aging isn't about fading. It's about focusing. Choosing what matters most and letting go of what doesn't. You've earned the right to live this chapter with strength and clarity. Thanks for watching. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Share one thing you learned in the comments and how you'll use it in your own life. Your voice matters here, and your support, through likes, comments, shares, and subscriptions, helps us keep creating videos that inform and uplift. We'll see you in the next one.